Okay, so in this video, we're going to be talking about Kundalini because there's so many misconceptions about what Kundalini is and what Kundalini activation does and what Shakti is and what Shiva is. And some people call Kundalini activating the vital life force or the universal life force. Now, I normally say that is not Kundalini because from my perspective, that is Chi, that is Prana, that is not what I would personally call Kundalini. However, some people do. So today we're going to look at the mistakes people make from their misunderstandings and trying to make out what they do is more than what they actually do. And this is taken from studies of Kundalini. So there are three dimensions to Kundalini. The lowest level is called Pran Kundalini or Prana Kundalini. This is, we could call it Reiki at an even lower level. We can call it Kundalini activation. Yeah. So I've got some notes here. So Pran or Prana Kundalini, the lowest level of Kundalini, is what they call life force Kundalini or Kundalini, the life force energy or Kundalini activation. It is the foundational level of life force or prana, sustaining physical life and vitality. This is prana, this is chi. It's not to do with Kundalini awakening really in any shape or form. It's just to do with clearing blockages, emotional release. This is where you see people moving in sessions. This is the level that is being worked. And it can be achieved through yoga, meditation, mantra sessions, just sitting. It happens in internal alchemy, in Kundalini activation practices, emotional release therapy. It can even happen in hypnosis if the hypnotherapist knows how to work it. Freud used to do it. It can be activated in so many ways. You just choose which one you want to do. Now, some people will say, this is where it gets a bit confusing. This is all to do with the Muladhara, with the root chakra. It all flows from there. This is the problem. Kundalini does, but prana doesn't flow from there. Prana can be drawn in from the breath, through skin breathing, and it's just prana flowing through the body. And obviously, it flows through the spinal column, but it isn't awakening the cosmic Shakti energy. It is just flowing prana through the system. So it can feel absolutely amazing to someone who has no knowledge of this. But when we go to the higher levels, you'll realize that the experience you had there, whilst it seemed amazing, is nothing in comparison to what happens further on. This enhances physical health, emotional balance. It flows through the meridians, the nadis, whatever you want to call them. It just flows through the body. It releases those blocks. It leads to heightened sensations, to increased vitality. It can start to unblock the mind, mental blockages, so it can result for certain people in dreamlike states. It can result in, if it activates their tantric sacred sexuality, in energy orgasms. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing, amazing thing, but it's just the basic level. And when doing this, you do it, you have it, and after the session, okay, the effects might last an hour or two. Okay, if you've cleared blocks, it might last for a couple of days, but after that, it sort of goes away, and then you have to go back and do practice after practice after practice after practice. And it will It is a path, it is a process that takes a long time to do. Great fun. Depending how you do it, you can do it for free by yourself. You can go to sessions and spend a lot of money doing it because it is a very, very, very long path if the practitioners only work at that level. It's a bit like, Freud could cure people with one session in hypnosis, absolutely amazing. But then he realized by curing people in one session with hypnotherapy, it wasn't the best way for him. So he developed talk therapy so he could actually make a living out of it. So this is almost like talk therapy rather than hypnotherapy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying people do it specifically for those reasons. I know some people do it for economical reasons, but a lot of people don't. They just find this and they're like, this is so amazing. I have to learn how to do this and give it to other people. Awesome on them. They need to go deeper though. They can help people. Level 2, so Pran or Prana Kundalini, that's level 1. Level 2 is Chit Kundalini. This is awakening Shakti. This is Kundalini awakening, and this is done through Shakitpat. I'm going to make another video about Shakitpat because be careful, there are 6 levels of Shakitpat that you have to know about. That's going to be a completely different video. So level 2, Shakitpat, Chit Kundalini. Activating Shakti, rising the energy that is found in the root chakra. Not sexual energy, the root chakra. Many people get those confused. Level 2 focuses on awakening consciousness. I'm just reading my notes here, just to make sure I cover everything in the video. Focuses on awakening consciousness through connecting. So awakening consciousness, which is level 3, through Shakti, awakening the energy through the Kundalini. And connecting to higher mental and spiritual facilities. That is the aim of the Shakti, of raising the Shakti. That is where we are trying to get to for level 3. It engages energy, divine energy, Shakti, cosmic energy. Some people will call this feminine energy because it's Shakti, and masculine energy, Shiva, consciousness level 3. Forget the feminine, forget the masculine, because you are so programmed, just like, so am I. So we are so deeply programmed about what female and male means. These are energies, they don't have sexes. It's got nothing to do with that. It's electromagnetical. It's not sexes, it's not human, it's not animalistic. It's energy. So forget that idea. It's just energy, Shakti, and it is this cosmic energy. It will, once awakened, it will facilitate spiritual insights, mental clarity, and of course, awakening, Shakti, that rising. Is experienced through the higher chakras, like the third eye and the crown, and when they connect to the star chakra, even more. So we could say level 1, the Pran Kundalini works on the lower ones, clearing emotions, clearing traumas, flowing. We can then relate level 2, Chit, to the higher chakras. These things, it's not clear cut. Different people might experience going to Kundalini activation. They might experience some Chit Kundalini just because that is their body, that is their system. It's not you go to one thing and you're only going to receive this. This is energy, this is flow. It's not clearly defined. So one person might have that in a Pran Kundalini session, but the person next to them, if it's a group session, doesn't have it. Yeah, this is not clear-cut stuff. It's not like you learn to kick a ball like this and everyone learns to kick a ball like this, so everybody kicks a ball like this. It doesn't work that way. It leads to transcending ordinary awareness and achieving inner peace and non-dual awareness, unity, consciousness. That's where it leads. Not non-dual psychology, a state of unity. And again, this takes practice. It becomes permanent over time. It's much faster than level 1. Because once Kundalini has risen, partial risings, which my Kundalini has awakened video, that you see so many of these days, they are partial risings, most of them. Some of them can be permanent. It's completely, and you can tell which are permanent and which are partial. And it is safely provided through Shakitpat. Safely provided through Shakitpat. The biggest problem of Kundalini awakening is when you try and do it by yourself. If you play with matches, play with fire, you will get burned. Yeah, same thing. And when I say this is safely provided through Shakitpat, it's safely provided through someone who does things safely. So if you go to a facilitator of Kundalini activation and they perform astral surgery on you because they don't know what you're doing, that is not safe. And all they're doing is egotistically trying to get you to move like these demo videos because that's what their clients are asking for. And they do that through using astral surgery and stuff like that. That's not Shakitpat. That's not safe. It can overload people. And it can lead you into things like dark night of the soul. That's not Shakitpat. It is, but it's not. That's just someone doing something because they've taken a quick course without any further study. They don't know what they're doing. And sorry, but I see it so often. I get so many emails from people saying, oh, I've done this course. I went with these people, with this group, or this person, and now I feel like horrible, or something felt like it broke in me. Help, what do I do? Unfortunately, it happens more often than I would like to say. So remember, self-practice is the most dangerous way to do this. Yes, I do teach you how to do this. If you wish to do this safely, by yourself through these videos. With that said, the safest way to do it is to come and take a course or a training with me. But I'm not saying you have to do that. I give you the information if you want to do this, knowing the risks. And yes, in other videos, I also talk about the risks before people say, ooh, as they love to do. They come out of the woodwork. Then we have level 3, Para Kundalini. This is connection to Shiva. This is Shakitpat. This is level 3. This embodies transcendental consciousness and unity with the divine Shiva consciousness, often described as masculine energy. Oh, it's not. It's consciousness. It represents pure awareness and the merging of individual consciousness with the universe. It leads to self-realization and liberation, moksha, going to enlightenment. It dissolves the distinctions between self and the cosmos. Yes, I do offer higher level courses once we've done the Chit. I do offer courses in the Para. Once that connection has been established through my 52-week course, through my 8-week course, through the intensive individual practices for those that can go that way. Not everybody can. And then we can do, again, a year course to go through this, to make this connection deeper. These states, once connected, are permanent. They don't turn off. You can't turn them on and off. But you can ignore them if you wish to. Might not be a sensible thing to do, but you can sort of ignore them. But they're always going to be there. This is, once your Kundalini has awakened, it's awakened. Yeah. Don't try and turn it off. It's only going to cause you problems. If it's just a partial activation, things can be fixed. If you played with matches and got burned, things can be fixed. But once you fully awaken something safely, you're awake. You don't go back to sleep. This is, as I said, my Shakitpat mastery course, which we can go there. These are the 3 levels of Kundalini. Prana Kundalini, life force, vital life force, Kundalini activation. I don't really go in for that much. Lots of people who do that. You can go and do transcendental meditation to get that. You can go and do Tantra to get that. There are many different paths. Then you can do, which is where my work really starts, Chit Kundalini, talking about awakening Shakti. And then Para Kundalini, connection to Shiva.